Second. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب يسر ولا تعسر وتممه بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح يا فتاح يا فتاح. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Alhamdulillah, we finished the first 18 ayahs of Surah Ra'd, of 13th part of the 13th juz. Inshallah, we'll continue from ayah 19th of Surah Ra'd, inshallah. From the 13th juz, Surah Ra'd, ayah number 19. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أفمن يعلم أن ما أنزل إليك من ربك الحق كمن هو أعمى إنما يتذكر الذين يوفون بعهد الله ولا ينقضون الميثاق والذين يصلون ما أمر الله به أن يوصل ويخشون ربهم ويخافون سوء الحساب والذين صبروا ابتغاء وجه ربهم وأقاموا الصلاة وأنفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية ويدرؤون بالحسنة السيئة أولئك لهم عقبى الدار. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about, Allah has been talking about, we're discussing about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the skies and the earth and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He created, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about how the blind and those who can see, meaning the mu'min and the kuffar, they are not same, right? They are not the same. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then he goes on, he talks about the mu'minin, أَفَمَنْ يَعْلَمُ أَنَّمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ الْحَقُّ كَمَنْ هُوَ أَعْمَى إِنَّمَا يَتَذَكَّرُ الْأَلْبَابُ. That can the person, a mu'min who knows that whatever is revealed to you, meaning to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam from your Rabb, is the truth, be like the one who is blind, meaning the kafir? No, they cannot be the same. إِنَّمَا يَتَذَكَّرُ الْأَلْبَابُ, meaning the people of intelligence. Only the people of intelligence can take heed. The people of understanding and the people of intelligence can take heed. الَّذِينَ يُوفُونَ بِعَهْدِ اللَّهِ وَلَا يَنْقُضُونَ الْمِيثَاقَ. The people of intelligence are those who fulfill the pledge taken with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those who do not break the pledge. ينقضون الميثاق ولا ينقضون الميثاق والذين يصلون ما أمر الله به أن يوصل ويخشون ربهم ويخافون سوء الحساب. And they are those, I mean the people of intelligence, the mu'mineen, are those who join that the family ties which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded it, commanded to join. ويخشون ربهم, and they fear their Rabb and the terrible reckoning. والذين صبروا ابتغاء وجه ربهم وأقاموا الصلاة وأنفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية ويدرؤون بالحسنة السيئة أولئك لهم عقبى الدار. And they are, meaning those mu'min and those the intelligent ones, are those who exercise, who have patience, and they seek the pleasure of the Rabb, and who establish salah, وأنفقوا مما رزقناهم, and spend secretly and openly from that wealth, right, which we have provided. ويدرؤون بالحسنة السيئة, and who repel with evil good. And those are the ones they are the ones who shall enjoy the favorable outcome of the akhirah. جنات عدن يدخلونها ومن صلح من آبائهم وأزواجهم وذرياتهم والملائكة يدخلون عليهم من كل باب. That this favorable outcome shall be, right, there should be the eternal Jannah in which they will enter together. من صلح من آبائهم, with all those of their forefathers and their أزواجهم, their spouses, and وذرياتهم, and their progeny who are worthy of entering Jannah. والملائكة يدخلون عليهم من كل باب. And the angels shall come to them from every door, meaning every door of their palaces in Jannah. Salamun alaykum bima sabartum fa ni'ma uqba ad-dar. The angels will say, Salam, peace be upon you for the patience that you have, for the patience that you had. Fa ni'ma uqba ad-dar, and how blissful is the outcome of the akhirah. How amazing is the outcome of the akhirah. وَالَّذِينَ يَنْقُضُونَ عَهْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ بَعْدِ مِيثَاقِهِ وَيَقْطَعُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ أَنْ يُوصَلَ وَيُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ أُولَئِكَ لَهُمُ اللَّعْنَةُ وَلَهُمْ سُوءُ الدَّارِ. On the other hand, to those who are the kuffar, those who disbelieve, those who break Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pledge, the pledge after confirming it, meaning after seeing the truth about Islam, and whoever breaks the ties which Allah SWT commanded to be joined, and they yufsiduna fil ard, they start spreading corruption on earth. For them there should be curse, and for them there should be a terrible outcome. Allah increases sustenance for whoever He pleases, and He reduces sustenance for whoever He wants. The kuffar, they boast and they rejoice and they're happy about their wealth and their positions in the life of this world, and but then وفي الآخرة, in the life of this world is worthless, and compared to the akhirah, I mean therefore them boasting, they have nothing if they do not earn the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will have nothing, right, if they don't have the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ويقول الذين كفروا لولا أنزل عليه آية من ربه قل إن الله يضل من يشاء ويهدي إليه من أناب. ويقول الذين كفروا, the kuffar say, why is a sign, a miracle of our choice not sent to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam from his Rabb? قل إن الله يضل, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends astray, Allah misguides whoever He wills, and ويهدي إليه من أناب, and He guides towards Him whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He guides whoever He wants towards Him. الذين آمنوا تطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله لا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. The guided ones are those who have iman and whose hearts are totally content with the dhikr and the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, these people, they do not, ala bi dhikri Allah tatma'innu al-qulub, behold, hearts are content, they're content with the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Content of the heart is one of the greatest benefits of dhikr. Right? We have to, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, the hearts are content with the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not with wealth, not with anything, right? If we do dhikr, if we remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we do dhikr, then our hearts will be content. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make our heart content. But we try looking to get our heart content through other ways and try to please ourselves, right? But the only way is that remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala often, do dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ طُوبَى لَهُمْ وَحُسْنُ مَآبٍ. Good fortune, being blessed in a great abode, Jannah, will be for those who have iman and good actions. كذلك أرسلناك في أمة قد خلت من قبلها أمم لتتبع الذي أوحينا إليك ومن يكفر بالرحمن. In a like manner, just as we have sent other anbiya to this world, we have sent you, meaning Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, among a nation before whom many nations have passed. لتتبع الذي أوحينا, so that you may recite to them the Quran which revealed to you, while they do not believe, meaning they do not believe in Ar-Rahman, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the merciful. So قُلْ هُوَ رَبِّي, say to them, He is my Rabb, لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا عَلَيْهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ وَإِلَيْهِ مَتَابٍ, and there is no deity but Him, only do I rely upon to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَوْ أَنَّ قُرْآنًا سُيِّرَتْ بِهِ الْجِبَالُ وَقُطِّعَتْ بِالْأَرْضُ وَكُلِّمَ بِهِ الْمَوْتَى. If the Quran was such that mountains are displaced by it, or the earth is split totally by it, or the dead are made to speak by it, then the kuffar will not believe, right? Allah saying, even if that's the case, the kuffar, they will still not even believe, regardless of the miracles they see, and the kuffar will not accept iman, because they have no desire for iman. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَفَلَمْ بَلِ اللَّهِ الْأَمْرُ جَمِيعًا أَفَلَمْ يَئِسَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن لَّوْ يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ لَهَدَى النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. But however, all matters rest with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أَفَلَمْ يَئِسَ الَّذِينَ, do those who have iman not know that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed, He would have guided the entire mankind? وَلَا يَزَالُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا تُصِيبُهُم بِمَا صَنَعُوا قَارِعَةٌ أَوْ تَحُلُّ قَرِيبًا مِنْ دَارِهِمْ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ وَعْدُ اللَّهِ. Because of the evil actions, some calamity will afflict the kuffar from time to time, or it would descend close to their homes and to instill fear in their hearts until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's promise comes. حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ وَعْدُ اللَّهِ, meaning until they are finally punished in the akhirah. Inna Allah la yukhlifu al-mi'ad, definitely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not break His promise. The punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will come. وَلَقَدْ اسْتُهْزِئَ بِرُسُلٍ مِّن قَبْلِكَ فَأَمْلَيْتُ لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا ثُمَّ أَخَذْتُهُمْ فَكَيْفَ كَانَ عِقَابِ. Assuring Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he was not the only Rasul to meet with the opposition and the mockery that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ اسْتُهْزِئَ, many Rasul, many Anbiya before you were mocked at, but I granted respite. أَمْلَيْتُ لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, I granted respite to the kuffar, and then I seized them, I punished them. And فكيف كان عقاب, and how was my punishment very severe. أفمن هو قائم على كل نفس بما كسبت وجعلوا لله شركاء قل سموهم أم تنبئون بما لا يعلم في الأرض أم بظاهر من القول. Can he, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is aware of the actions of every soul, be like him who is not aware? Right? Can he who is aware of the actions of every soul can be like him who is not aware? Can someone who is not aware be like him? No, right? وَجَعَلُوا لِلَّهِ شُرَكَاءَ. Yeah, but even then they ascribe partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَقُلْ سَمُّوهُمْ أَمْ تُنَبِّئُونَ, and they say, name them. Are you informing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? أَمْ تُنَبِّئُونَ, are you informing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala something that he has no knowledge on earth? Right? It's not possible. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala it's not possible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he does not know anything. He knows everything about the earth. Or just بما لا يعلم في الأرض بالله من قبل بل زين الذين كفروا مكرهم وصدوا عن السبيل. However, the plot of the kuffar has been made appealing to them, and they prevent from the path of Islam. ومن يضلل الله فما له من هاد ويصدوا عن السبيل ومن يضلل الله فما له من هاد, and there is no guide for him who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends astray. لهم عذاب في الحياة الدنيا ولا عذاب الآخرة أشق. Because of the stubbornness, they shall suffer punishment in this world, and the punishment of the akhirah is worse. أشق وما لهم من الله من واق, and there shall be no savior, no one to defend from them from the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. مثل الجنة التي وعد المتقون. The description of the Jannah that is promised for the pious, the rivers, basically the rivers, right? Jannat tajri min tahtiha, the rivers flowing beneath it, while its fruits and shade will be permanent. أكلها دائم وظلها وتلك عقبى الذين اتقوا وعقبى الكافرين النار. This is the outcome of those who adopt taqwa, while the outcome of the kuffar is there should be the fire. والذين آتيناهم الكتاب يفرحون بما أنزل إليكم من الأحزاب من ينكر بعد. Those whom we have given the book, the Jews and the Christians, they rejoice at what has been revealed to you, to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they become Muslims. While there are some there are some that from the enemy, from the groups of kuffar who reject it and say, they say قُلْ إِنَّمَا أُمِرْتُ أَنْ أَعْبُدَ اللَّهَ وَلَا أُشْرِكَ بِهِ. Say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling Rasulullah, say, I have been commanded to worship only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to ascribe partners to him. إِلَيْهِ أَدْعُو وَإِلَيْهِ أَنَابُ. To him I call to worship, and to him I will return. وَكَذَلِكَ أَنزَلْنَاهُ حُكْمًا عَرَبِيًّا وَلَئِنِ اتَّبَعْتَ أَهْوَاءَهُمْ بَعْدَ مَا جَاءَكَ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ مَا لَكَ مِنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ وَلِيٍّ وَلَا وَاقٍ. Thus we have revealed that the Quran as a حكم عربية, as a special Arabic command. If you follow their wishes, if you follow their religion after knowledge, after Tawheed has come to you, then you shall have no helper, no savior, no defender against the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا رُسُلًا مِنْ قَبْلِكَ وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُمْ أَزْوَاجًا وَذُرِّيَّةً. Verily, definitely we have sent many Rusul, many messengers before you, and we granted them wives and progenies. وَمَا كَانَ لِرَسُولٍ أَن يَأْتِيَ بِآيَةٍ. A Rasul is not capable of producing a sign, a miracle, without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's permission. لِكُلِّ أَجْلٍ كِتَابٍ. Every period of time had written commands which suited the people of the time, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent for every Nabi, they had their own laws and their own. So people should not object to the Sharia of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam just because it's a bit different from the previous Anbiya. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, due to the time and due to what was suited at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave those commandments to the Anbiya alayhi salam. يَمْحُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيُثْبِتُ وَعِندَهُ أُمُّ الْكِتَابِ. Allah erases many from a Sharia, whatever the laws of a previous Sharia, and He wills and He keeps in place whatever laws and He wills, so that it may apply to them as well. You know, some of the stuff that were in the previous Anbiya alayhi salam time, He erases it and He does not bring it into our Sharia, or some things He keeps in our Sharia. وَعِنْدَهُ أُمُّ الْكِتَابِ, and with Him is the original of books, in which nothing is ever changed, meaning with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the mother, the original of all the books in the Lawh al-Mahfuz, which nothing has ever changed. If we were to show you, Rasulullah, a part of a punishment we have promised them, or we were to claim your soul, meaning before punishing them or without punishing them, then the propagation only فإنما عليك البلاغ وعلينا الحساب. Only propagation is your responsibility, and the reckoning is ours. It's our responsibility. It's duty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we will fulfill our duty. You should fulfill your duty by giving the message, and we will fulfill our duty by reckoning. أولم يروا أننا نأتي الأرض ننقصها من أطرافها والله يحكم لا معقب لحكمه وهو سريع الحساب. Do they, the kuffar that disbelieve, do they not see, right? The kuffar that disbelieve, do they not see that we have been reducing the land that they control from its border by handing it over to the Muslims as they continue with their futuhat and with their conquest? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He commands His creation and there is no one to prevent it. Allah يحكم لا معقب لحكمه, no one to prevent His command. وهو سريع الحساب. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His command is He is وسريع الحساب, He is swift in reckoning. وقد مكر الذين من قبلهم فلله المكر جميعا. Those people, the people before them also planned against the Anbiya alayhim salam, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all the planning belongs to Him. And He knows يعلم ما تكسب كل نفس. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows what every soul earns. وسيعلم الكفار لمن عقبى الدار, and the kuffar will soon come to know to whom belongs the outcome of the akhirah. ويقول الذين كفروا لست مرسلا والكفى بالله شهيدا بيني وبينكم ومن عنده علم الكتاب. The kuffar say to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you are not a Rasul. Say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sufficient as witness between us. And so are those who possess the knowledge of the book. ومن عنده علم الكتاب. Alhamdulillah, we finished Surah Ra'd. Now the next surah is Surah Ibrahim. In this surah, the objective of Surah Ibrahim is to guide people to the straight path. Right? In the surah, Allah talks about guiding through the means and of through the stories of the Anbiya alayhim salam, but reminding the people of the days when Allah punished the disobedient nation. Right? So Allah talks about, He'll mention this, and also Allah talks about Ibrahim alayhi salam. And He will talk about later on, we'll talk about Ibrahim alayhi salam and how they built the Kaaba and they made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from them and from their progeny. Inshallah, we'll start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام را كتاب أنزلناه إليك لتخرج الناس من الظلمات إلى النور بإذن ربهم إلى صراط العزيز الحميد. الله الذي له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وويل للكافرين من عذاب شديد. الذين يستحبون الحياة الدنيا عن الآخرة ويصدون عن سبيل الله ويبغونها عوجا أولئك في ضلال بعيد. Alif Lam Ra. Kitab Anzalnahu Ilayka. This is the book of Quran that we revealed to you, meaning to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to remove the people from the darkness, from darkness to towards light, to Iman and Islam. بإذن ربهم, by the command, but with the permission of your Rabb. إلى صراط العزيز, to the path of the mighty and the one worthy of praise, the path of Islam. Allah الذي له ما في السماوات. Allah, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belongs all that which is within the heavens and the earth, and there will be وَوَيْلٌ لِلْكَافِرِينَ, destruction be to the kuffar, and there will be a severe punishment. الَّذِينَ يَسْتَحِبُّونَ حَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا الْآخِرَةَ وَيَصُدُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَيَبْغُونَ عِوَجًا. The kuffar are those who prefer the life of this world to the akhirah, and they prevent others from Allah's path in Islam. وَيَبْغُونَ عِوَجًا, and they seek crookedness in deen. أولئك في ضلال بعيد, these people are far astray. They have no hope of returning to the straight path. وما أرسلنا من رسول إلا بلسان قوم يبين لهم. We send every Rasul with the language of his nation, so that he may clearly explain to them the tawheed and the rulings of the deen in a manner that they can understand. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows whoever He wills, فيضل من يشاء ويهدي من يشاء. Allah allows whoever He wills to go astray, and Allah guides whoever He wills. وهو العزيز الحكيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mighty and wise. ولقد أرسلنا موسى بآياتنا نخرج من قومك من الظلمات إلى النور وذكر بأيام الله إن في ذلك لآيات لكل صبار شكور. Indeed, we send Musa alayhi salam with our ayat, with our signs. Remove your people, أخرج قومك, remove your people, the Bani Israel, from the darkness and take them into the light, into Iman, and remind them of the days. وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ, remind them about the days of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the favors and the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave various nations, right? The favors Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon you, upon the nation, upon Bani Israel. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِكُلِّ صَبَّارٍ شَكُورٍ. Verily there are ayat in this for every person who has extreme sabr, patience, and is grateful. وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِقَوْمِهِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, remember the time when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Bani Israel to remember about the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِذْ قَالَ Musa alayhi salam told his people that اذكروا نعمة Allah, remember that Allah's bounty on you when He saved you from the people of Fir'aun. إِذْ نَجَّاكُمْ مِنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ يَسُومُونَكُمْ, who were inflicting a severe punishment on you. سُوءَ الْعَذَابُ يُذَبِّحُونَ أَبْنَاءَكُمْ وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ, and they were slaughtering your sons and keeping your daughters alive. And this was a وَفِي ذَلِكُمْ بَلَاءٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ عَظِيمٌ, this was a great trial from your Rabb. وإذ تأذن ربكم لئن شكرتم لأزيدنكم ولئن كفرتم إن عذابي لشديد. Remember also when your Rabb announced that if you show gratitude, then I will definitely grant you more. And if you are ungrateful, then and indeed my punishment, إن عذابي لشديد, my punishment is severe. I will punish you. Remember that, right? So if you're grateful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you more. I will definitely grant you more, right? But the thing is that we always become ungrateful for everything small. We start becoming ungrateful for small things, and then after that we start being ungrateful for bigger things. So that's why always be grateful. Allah says, وَلَئِنْ شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you are grateful, I will increase in you. قال موسى إن تكفروا أنتم ومن في الأرض جميعا فإن الله لغني حميد. Musa alayhi salam said, if you people and all the people on earth are ungrateful, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's independent. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is worthy of all praise. He doesn't need any gratitude or worship from any of you. It's just for yourself. أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ نَبَأُ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ فَقَوْمِ نُوحٍ وَعَادٍ وَثَمُودَ. And have not the incident of these before you not come to you, right? The stories of Qawm, of the incident of the story of the history of the nation of Qawm, of the Nuh alayhi salam nation, and Aad and Thamud, and those min ba'dihim, la ya'lamu min Allah. Only Allah knows them. Only He knows the many nations that came after these people. And the Rasul came to them with clear signs to prove that they were Rasul, but they placed their hands in their mouth, to hold their unwanted, to hold their anger, and said, verily, verily we do not believe in what you have been sent with, and we are in doubt about towards what you call us. فقالت رسلهم في الله شك وفاطر السماوات والأرض أن يدعوكم ليغفر لكم من ذنوبكم ويؤخركم إلى أجل مسمى. The Rasul said, are you in doubt about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who created the heavens and the skies, the earth, and He calls you يدعوكم ليغفر لكم من ذنوبكم ويؤخركم إلى أجل مسمى. He calls you to worship Him and He will forgive all your sins, and He will grant you respite until the appointed time of your death. They said, قالوا إن أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا, you are just a human like ourselves, why should we follow you? And تريدون أن تصدون عما كان يعبد آباؤنا, you always trying to prevent us from our forefathers they used to worship. So فأتونا بسلطان مبين, so produce a clear proof. قالت لهم رسلهم إن نحن إلا بشر مثلكم ولكن الله يمن على من يشاء من عباده. The Rasul told them, we are but humans like yourself, but this is not going to prevent us from being a Rasul, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala لكن الله يمن على من يشاء. Allah favors whoever He wills from His slaves, and He chooses them to be Rasul. And as for your request about a miracle, we are ما كان لنا أن نأتيكم بسلطان, we are unable to produce a proof, to bring a proof for you without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's permission. وعلى الله فليتوكل المؤمنون, and only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the mu'mineen they rely on. وما لنا إلا نتوكل على الله وقد هدانا سبلنا ولنصبرن على ما هديتمونا. Why should we not rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when He had guided us to our path, right? And ولنصبرن على ما هديتمونا, we shall definitely have patience through the difficulty that you cause us. وعلى الله فليتوكل المتوكلون, only in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who only in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we trust, we place our trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وقال الذين كفروا لرسلهم لنخرجنكم من أرضنا ولتعودن في ملتنا فأوحى إليهم ربهم لنهلكن الظالمين. After years of trying to convince the people, the kuffar finally said to the Rasul, we shall certainly drive you out of our land. لنخرجنكم من أرضنا, we should take you out of our land, unless you return completely to our religion, because we're not prepared to follow your religion. So at that stage, فَأَوْحَى إِلَيْهِمْ رَبُّهُمْ لَنُهْلِكَنَّ الظَّالِمِينَ, their Rabb sent revelation to them, to the Rasul, saying that we shall surely destroy the oppressors, the kuffar nation. وَلَنُسْكِنَنَّكُمْ الْأَرْضَ مِنْ بَعْدِهِمْ ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامِي وَخَافَ وَعِيدِ. And we shall definitely make you occupy the land after them. This promise is for For whom? For who fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala standing before me, and who fears my warning. Wa'id. وَاسْتَفْتَحُوا وَخَابَ كُلُّ جَبَّارٍ عَنِيدٍ. Before the kuffar, they sought and asked for the decision, and every abstinent tyrant, every kuffar has lost. Meaning they have lost everything in this world and in the hereafter. Before him is Jahannam, where he will be given pus to drink. يتجرعه ولا يكاد يسيغه ويأتيه الموت من كل مكان وما هو بميت ومن ورائه عذاب غليظ. He will drink it because of his extreme thirst in sips, not all at once, because of its terrible taste and smell, and it will not go down his throat. Death will come to him from all sides. ويأتيه الموت من مكان وما هو بميت, and he will not die. من ورائه عذاب غليظ, and before him will be a severe punishment. مثل الذين كفروا بربهم أعمالهم كرماد اشتدت به الريح في يوم عاصف. The example of the good action of those who do not believe in their Rabb is like of ashes that are blown away by a wind on a stormy day, where they have absolutely no control of what they earn. Just as one can gather the ashes once they are scattered, so the same thing, the kuffar, they will not have any good actions to show on the day of Qiyamah, because there will be no reward for them. Their reward will be it will be nothing for them. This is far deviation. Right? Those kuffar who do good action but they don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they don't believe in the Rabb, it's like the ashes that are blown away from a wind on a stormy day. So it's useless. Without iman is useless. If you want to do good deeds, believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and then do good deeds. And be sincere. ألم ترى أن الله خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق يشهد بكم ويأتي بخلق جديد وما ذلك على الله بعزيز. And do you not see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the heavens and the earth with truth, and if he wills he could remove you and bring a بخلق جديد, a new nation, a new creation. وما ذلك على الله بعزيز. This is not difficult at all for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وبرزوا لله جميعا فقال الضعفاء للذين استكبروا إنا كنا لكم تبعا. They will enter the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the weak ones will say to the proud ones that indeed we were followers. We followed you in the disobedience. So are you able to remove some of Allah's punishment for us? The leaders will reply that قالوا لو هدانا الله لهديناكم. They will reply that if Allah guides us, meaning a way out of the punishment, we would guide you out as well. But it makes no difference whether we express our anxiety, our pain, or if we have patience. Nothing's going to help us. We have no escape. We have no escape. When judgment will take place and the sinners have entered the Jahannam, Shaitan will say to those with him in Jahannam, Allah had certainly made a true promise to you, right, that you will be resurrected and that you will be called to account for your actions. I also made a promise. I also made a promise to you that these things will not happen, but I broke them and I failed you. The only control that I have exercised over you was that I invited you, but I did not force you to do it. I just invited you and you responded to me. So ما كان لي عليكم إلا أن دعوتكم فاستجبتم لي فلا تلوموني ولوموا أنفسكم. Do not blame me, but blame yourselves. I cannot be a helper to you. ما أنا بمصرخكم وما أنتم بمصرخي. I cannot be a helper to you against Allah's punishment, nor can you be helpers to me. I am free of responsibility. I'm free of responsibility for your action of بما أشركتموني من قبل, of ascribing me as a partner to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by obeying me instead of him from before, meaning in the world. There shall be a painful, torturous punishment for the oppressors, for the kuffar. As for the believers, those who have iman, do good deeds, will be entering the Jannah. There will be Jannat, which rivers will flow. They shall live in there forever by the order of the Rabb. And their greetings will be تحية فيها سلام. Their greetings will be salam. ألم تر كيف ضرب الله مثلا كلمة طيبة كشجرة طيبة أصلها ثابت وفرعها في السماء. And do you not see that how Allah SWT gives the example of the pure word of the kalima as a pure tree, the roots of which are set firm and the branches of which reach into the sky. تؤتي أكلها كل حين بإذن ربها وَيَضْرِبُ اللَّهُ الْأَمْثَالَ لِلنَّاسِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَذَكَّرُونَ. It bears fruits every season by the command of His Rabb. Allah gives example for the people so that they may reflect, so they may take heed, and they may ponder and understand. وَمَثَلُ كَلِمَةٍ خَبِيثَةٍ كَشَجَرَةٍ خَبِيثَةٍ اجْتُثَّتْ مِنْ فَوْقِ الْأَرْضِ مَا لَهَا مِنْ قَرَارٍ. An example, an example of the evil word of the statement of the kufr is like that of a miserable tree, right? With these wild weeds, and that is uprooted from the ground, and it has no stability. It's unstable. يثبت الله الذين آمنوا بالقول الثابت في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ويضل الله الظالمين ويفعل الله ما يشاء. Allah keeps those who have iman steadfast by a firm word, by kalima in this world and the akhirah, and He allows the oppressors to stray. وَيَفْعَلُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ. Allah does as He pleases. He has perfect knowledge of everything. أَلَمْ تَرَ الَّذِينَ بَدَّلُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ كُفْرًا وَأَحَلُّوا قَوْمَهُمْ دَارَ الْبَوَارِ. Have you not seen those, the kuffar and the mushrikeen, who have changed the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into ingratitude? So therefore they earned Allah's punishment and conveyed, and they led their nation to قَوْمَهُمْ دَارَ الْبَوَارِ, to the home of destruction. جَهَنَّمْ يَصْلَوْنَهَا وَبِئْسَ الْقَرَارُ. To Jahannam, where they shall enter, what an evil place to be. وَجَعَلُوا لِلَّهِ أَنْدَادًا لِيُضِلُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ قُلْ تَمَتَّعُوا فَإِنَّ مَصِيرَكُمْ إِلَى النَّارِ. They ascribe many partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they lead others astray from His path. So say to them, قُلْ تَمَتَّعُوا, enjoy yourself, and your destination, your foundation will be the fire. قُلْ لِعِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَيُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ سِرًّا وَعَلَانِيَةً مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَ يَوْمٌ لَا بَيْعٌ فِيهِ وَلَا خِلَالٌ. Tell my slaves that who have iman, and they should establish salah and spend of that which we have provided for them secretly, but mostly openly, before a day, the day of Qiyamah comes, when there shall be لا بيع فيه ولا آخر, there shall be no trade and there shall be no friendship. الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم. Allah is He who created the heavens and the skies, the heavens and the earth, and Allah sends down from the sky. فأخرج به من الثمرات, and He extracts fruits. ورزقا لكم وسخر لكم الفلك لتجري في البحر بأمره, and sustenance for you, and He placed the ships for you at your service, and that they may travel over the oceans by His command. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala سخر لكم الأنهار, and He has subjugated, He gave you controls over the rivers, that you're able to sail on them as well. وسخر لكم الشمس والقمر دائبين, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He had placed the sun and the moon at your service. He has subjugated the sun and the moon, and the two being constantly in motion, giving you light to travel by day and night as well, and also many other benefits. وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ, He also placed the day and the night at your service. وَآتَاكُم مِّن كُلِّ مَا سَأَلْتُمُوهُ, and in addition to all this, He grants you whatever you ask of Him. If you try to count Allah's bounty, you will never be able to do so. إن تعدوا نعمة الله لا تحصوها إن الإنسان ظلوم كفار. Indeed, man is extremely unjust and very ungrateful. إذ قال إبراهيم رب اجعل هذا البلد آمنا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remember the time when Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, when he left his wife and Hajra and Ismail alayhi salam in Mecca, that رب اجعل هذا البلد, oh, make the city peaceful and a safe place for my children and myself from worshipping idols. Keep me, save me from my children from worshipping idols. Allah accepted his dua by declaring Makkah a sacred place where no person should be killed, where He made it safe. رَبِّي إِنَّهُنَّ أَضْلَلْنَ كَثِيرًا مِنَ النَّاسِ. Oh my Rabb, indeed these idols have misled many people. So فَمَنْ تَبِعَنِي فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي وَمَنْ عَصَانِي فَإِنَّكَ. So وَمَنْ عَصَانِي فَإِنَّكَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. So whoever will follow me, meaning by following Tawheed, then he is certainly from me, from amongst my followers in my religion. Whoever will disobey me, then surely you are the most forgiving and most merciful. ربنا إني أسكنت من ذريتي بواد غير ذي زرع عند بيتك المحرم ربنا أن يقيموا الصلاة فاجعل أفئدة من الناس تهوي إليهم وارزقهم من الثمرات لعلهم يشكرون. Oh our Rabb, I have settled some of my children, Ismail alayhi salam, in a valley that cannot be cultivated. غير ذي زرع عند بيتك المحرم, close to your sacred house, to the Kaaba. ربنا ليقيموا الصلاة. O our Rabb, I have left them here so that they may establish salah, and so cause their hearts, so the hearts of some people to be inclined towards them, meaning so that the people may love them and settle with them. ورزقهم and تهويهم ورزقهم من الثمرات, and provide for them fruits towards them, right? For provide for them fruits, لعلهم يشكرون, so that the sustenance, so that they can be grateful. Referring to all type of provision. Right? As a result of this dua, obviously, despite being a place where crops do not generally grow, but Makkah received food and from all over the world, right? Especially from Taif, and even at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? The people of Sham, the people come from Sham, and they would come, and from Taif and other places they would come, and they would um, bring food and foods from different places. They couldn't grow anything over there, but they would have everything over there because of the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam. But even now today too, right? Forget about even the time over there at that time, but even now too, they have everything over there. ربنا إنك تعلم ما نخفي وما نعلن وما يخفى عن الله من شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء. Oh my Rabb, indeed you know what we conceal and what we disclose. So forgive us, right? Nothing is in the heavens and the earth is hidden from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah alladhi wahaba li al kibri Ismail wa Ishaq inna rabbi la sami'u du'a. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has blessed me with my son Ismail alayhi salam and Ishaq alayhi salam. And despite my old age, inna rabbi la sami'u du'a, indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He hears all my prayers. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة من ذريتي وما رب make me one who established salah in my progeny as well and accept my dua. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي والمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. Or Rabb, forgive me, my parents and the believers on the day when the reckoning shall shall take place, the day of Qiyamah. Right, these duas we should have in habit. We should recite these duas as well. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة من ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. We should make this dua also. We should have a habit of reciting this dua. ولا تحسبن الله غافلا عما يعمل الظالمون إنما يؤخرهم ليوم تشخص فيه الأبصار. Never think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is unaware of what the oppressors do. He is only granting them respite, right? إنما يؤخرهم ليوم, He is granting them respite until a day, the day of Qiyamah. تشخص فيه الأبصار, where when the gazes of people will be fixed upwards because they'll be so intense, they'll be scared. On that day they will be running towards a plane of resurrection where their heads will be fixed upwards, right? And astonishment and fright. And their gazes will never be returning to them, and their hearts will be empty and confused. They'll be confused. وأنذر الناس يوم يأتيهم العذاب فيقول الذين ظلموا ربنا أخرنا إلى أجل قريب نجيب دعوتك ونتبع الرسل. Warn people of a day when punishment will afflict them, and their oppressors will say, "O Rabb, grant us respite, a little relief for a short while. We shall accept your call and follow the Rasul." نجيب دعوتك ونتبع الرسل. أولم تكونوا قسمتم من قبل ما لكم من زوال. Did you not swear on oath before this in the world that you shall never be displaced from this world, right? وسكنتم في مساكن الذين ظلموا أنفسكم وتبين لكم كيف فعلنا بهم وضربنا لكم أمثال. It will be said further to him, you lived in the homes of those who oppressed themselves, and it was made very clear to you that how we dealt with them. You saw that they were destroyed, and yet you did as they did. وتبين لكم كيف فعلنا بهم وضربنا لكم أمثال, and we even we gave examples for you so that you may change your way, but you failed to listen. وقد مكروا مكرهم عند الله مكروا ما إن كان مكرهم تزول منه الجبال. They plotted their plots, but their plots rest with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows what they plot, and they make their plots fail. Even though وإن كان مكرهم تزول منه الجبال, even though mountains could be displaced by their plots. Right? It seems like their plots are so powerful that the mountains can be changed and can be displaced. فلا تحسبن الله مخلف وعده رسله إن الله عزيز ذو انتقام. And everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will break His promise to Rasul, where the promise of helping him and help the help and the nusra should come to them. Never think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will break His promise. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is mighty and He is able to take vengeance. يوم تبدل الأرض غير الأرض والسماوات وبرزوا لله واحد القهار. Do not forget the day of Qiyamah when the earth will be changed completely into another earth, and the skies they will then present themselves before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most the wahid, the one and the most powerful. وترى المجرمين يومئذ مقرنين في الأصفاد. On that day you will see the criminals shackled, right, chained up together in chains. سرابيلهم من قطران وتغشى وجوههم النار. The garments will be of tar, which smells terribly and it burns easily, and the fire will cover their faces. يَجْزِي اللَّهُ كُلَّ نَفْسٍ مَا كَسَبَتْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ سَرِيعُ الْحِسَابِ. They will present themselves before Allah subhanahu so that Allah subhanahu may repay every soul for what it had earned. إن الله سريع الحساب. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is swift in reckoning. هذا بلاغ للناس ولينذروا به وليعلموا أنما هو إله واحد وليذكر أولو الألباب. This Quran is a message for the people so that they are warned by it and so that they may know that He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is but one, indeed one Allah, and that the one, and so that the intelligent ones they can take heed. Alhamdulillah, we finished Surah Ibrahim, and now the next Surah, Surah Hijr. And the Surah, so and obviously Surah Ibrahim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about the consequence of those who rejected Tawheed. So Surah Hijr describes what happened to the previous nation when they rejected the message of Tawheed, and that the Anbiya brought to them. And this talks about obviously the Tawheed, this surah, and it will talk about the 5 examples, basically 3 where it was talking about the previous nations, and 2 talking about the mushrikeen of Makkah. And this also, the surah also it consoles Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala consoles Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that look, you're just a messenger, and we will it's our job for reckoning. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب وقرآن مبين ربما يود الذين كفروا لو كانوا مسلمين ذرهم يأكلوا ويتمتعوا ويلههم الأمل فسوف يعلمون وما أهلكنا من قرية إلا ولها كتاب معلوم ما تسبق من أمة أجلها وما يستأخرون وقالوا يا أيها الذي نزل عليه الذكر إنك لمجنون. ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب وقرآن مبين. These are the verses of the book and the clear Quran. ربما يود الذين كفروا لو كانوا مسلمين. Many a time the kuffar will wish that they were Muslims. ذرهم يأكلوا ويتمتعوا beyond the day of Qiyamah. ذرهم يأكلوا ويتمتعوا يلههم الأمر فسوف يعلمون. Since the kuffar they refuse to listen to the message of Islam, leave them to eat and enjoy and let their hopes make them be negligent of Iman. فسوف يعلمون. So soon they will come to know that they made a mistake. وما أهلكنا من قرية إلا ولها كتاب معلوم. There was an appointed time fixed for them, and there will be a destruction of every town, and we destroyed, from which they will have no escape. No nation can hasten their term and their day of destruction, nor can they delay it. The kuffar of Makkah said, oh you upon whom the Quran has been revealed, meaning to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you are certainly insane. Why do you not come with angels to verify that you're Rasul if you are truthful in your claim? Allah wants the kuffar not to ask for angels to come to earth, because we send angels only with the and then the kuffar will not be going to respite. So if you're asking, don't ask. If you don't ask for the angels to come, because we only send angels for punishment. Inna nahnu nazzalna dhikra wa inna lahu hafidhun. Now, without doubt, we have revealed the reminder, the Quran, and we shall certainly be its protectors. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that we will, obviously, we have revealed the Quran, وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ, and we will be protectors for it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected the Quran. It's preserved the same way how it's revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam until now, and all due to Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will preserve it. This is the miracle of the Quran. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ فِي شِيَعِ الْأَوَّلِينَ. Console Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam not to worry about the mockery of the kuffar. Allah says that definitely we have sent Rasul, messenger before you, to the previous nations. However, instead of following the Rasul, the people started mocking every one of the Rasul that came to them. In a like manner, do we make it mean the mocking of the kuffar of Makkah and turn to our hearts, the sinners? Whereas we don't take it, we don't let it enter into our hearts. Because of the mockery, they do not believe in it in the Quran, even though the destination of the previous people have already passed. وَلَوْ فَتَحْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ بَابًا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ فَظَلُّوا فِيهِ يَعْرُجُونَ. If you open to them a door of the sky and they climb through it during the day in a perfect light, لَقَالُوا إِنَّمَا سُكِّرَتْ أَبْصَارُنَا بَلْ نَحْنُ قَوْمٌ مَسْحُورُونَ. They will reject this miracle and say that our eyes have merely been mesmerized. Right? In the book, there's a spell that, someone did a spell, someone did magic on us. Indeed, we are bewitched people. That's what they will say. وَلَقَدْ جَعَلْنَا فِي السَّمَاءِ بُرُوجًا وَزَيَّنَّاهَا لِلنَّاظِرِينَ. Verily, we have placed the stars in the skies and decorated for those people who look. We have we have protected the sky from every rejected shaitan who cannot reach it. The sky is protected from every shaitan except the one who steals a hearing, meaning manages to overhear something from the angels. And a clear, a shining, a blazing flame star pursues him, meaning it goes and it kills him. Either it goes, it kills him, or drives him insane. When the shayateen, right, they try to listen to the angels discussing about the future events, the angels throw a star at them. However, some manage to pass onto the other shayateen what they have heard before the stars strike them, and the shayateen they pass this information to the human fortune tellers, and they mix it with 100 of lies. So when the people discover that some of the predictions of these fortune tellers come true, they become devoted to them, and they forget about the hundreds of untruth that they had also predicted. Right? So some people, they're like, oh, yes, a fortune teller, he said this and this happened, but what about the other 100 things that was wrong? So the angels, they throw stars at them. That's what these people, you see people, oh, the shooting star, they start making a wish. No, the shayateen, they're getting their punishment. والأرض مددناها وألقينا فيها رواسي وأنبتنا فيها من كل شيء موزون. We have spread out the earth and placed mountain on it, stabilized it, and placed on it a specified amount of everything. من كل شيء موزون, specified amount of everything. وجعلنا لكم فيها معايش ومن لستم منه برازقين. We have placed the resources of life on earth for you, and we have created those things for which you do not provide. وإن من شيء إلا عندنا خزائن وما ننزل إلا بقدر معلوم. We have with us the treasure of all things, and we send them down only in stipulated quantities as the need arises according to Allah's wisdom. وأرسلنا الرياح لواقح فأنزلنا من السماء فأسقيناكم وما أنتم بخازنين. We send the winds that fill the clouds with water, and then send water from the skies, which we give you to drink, and you do not have the ability to store it. You can't. No one can store everything. Everything that rains down, can any country store everything? No, and you don't have the ability to store it. Man cannot store rainwater. The same amount that Allah SWT sends, the large quantity Allah SWT does, right? Without doubt, it is we who give life and cause death, and will be the will be the successors. Only Allah SWT will be alive after everything is destroyed on the day of Qiyamah. Indeed, we know those of you who are first, those who lived in the earth during the early days, and those of you who will follow after. Allah will know everyone from the beginning of Adam alayhi salam all the way to Qiyamah. Certainly your Rabb alone shall gather all of them, resurrect all of them on the day of Qiyamah. And he is Hakim Alim, very wise and all-knowing. Indeed, we created man, Adam alayhi salam, out of a sand that is extracted from moisted clay. And the jinn were created from before man was out of fire, was mixed with air, and derived from a scorching wind, smokeless type of fire. Remember the time when your Rabb said to the angels, I'm creating a human Adam out of a sand extracted from moisted clay. So when I have completed creating him and blown into him a spirit from me, meaning created by me, then all angels then prostrate to him. Then all of them just says all of them prostrated before Adam salam. Illa Iblis, except Iblis, he refused to be among those who prostrated. Oh Allah said, oh Iblis, what is the matter with you? that you are not among those angels who prostrated, who made sajda. قال لما كل يسجد لبشر خلقت من صلصال من حميم مسنون. He replied, I am not one to prostrate before a human that you created out of a sand and extracted from clay. قال فاخرج منها فإنك رجيم. So Allah said, go from here, meaning leave Jannah. You are indeed cursed. وإن عليك اللعنة إلى يوم الدين. You shall be cursed until the day of Qiyamah. قال ربي فانظرني إلى يوم يبعثون. Iblis said, Shaitan said, grant me some respite, postpone your punishment for me until the day of Qiyamah, when the mankind will be resurrected. قال فإنك من المنذرين. Allah accepted his request. Allah said, you are from those who are granted respite. إلى يوم الوقت المعلوم. Within appointed time. He said, قال ربي بما أغويتني لأزينن لهم في الأرض ولأغوينهم أجمعين إلا عبادك منهم المخلصين. He said, oh my Rabb, you have sent me astray. I will certainly beautify things for them, meaning for the mankind on earth, and lead them all astray. إلا عبادك منهم المخلصين. I shall mislead all except those true slave of yours who are chosen, whom you have chosen to save from my church, from my except those people, those slaves of yours who are chosen and who Allah wants to save you from. Allah saved Shaitan, saved those people, the slaves, from the Shaitan's tricks. So that's why we should make dua that Allah make us from the mukhlasin, from the righteous slave, from those slaves that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved from Shaitan's tricks and Shaitan's treachery. Allah said, this is the straight path that leads to me. That indeed you will have no power or control over my slaves except those deviant ones who follow you because of the ignorance and foolishness. Verily Jahannam is the promised abode. It has 7 doors. Each door shall have stipulated share of them. Those who adopt taqwa, those that will definitely be in Jannah with springs in the Akhirah. Angels come to the Jannah saying, enter Jannah with peace and safety. You have no. We shall remove any ill feelings, hatred, and animosity during other Muslims, so that they may be in their trust as brothers. As brothers, they will be seated on couches facing each other. I mean, they have love and affection for each other, and they would, enjoy. No difficulty, pain shall afflict them there. Neither will they be removed from there. Allah announces, inform my slave that I am certainly the most forgiving, the most merciful, and that my punishment is definitely the most painful punishment. Inform them also Ibrahim alayhi salam's guest, the angels who basically visit Ibrahim alayhi salam in a human form to inform him about the birth of his son Ishaq alayhi salam, and to warn him and to warn Ibrahim alayhi salam that they were going to destroy the people of Lut. When they entered his presence, they granted, they said salam, and he said, we are afraid of you. Meaning Ibrahim alayhi salam said, we are afraid of you. So they said, not be afraid, indeed we wish to convey you to good news of the birth of a knowledgeable child, Ishaq alayhi salam, who will be born. So he was surprised at the noise. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was surprised at the news, and he said, Ibrahim alayhi salam said, you give me this good news when an old age has afflicted me? What is this very good news that that you're giving me this good news when he said, what is this good news that you're talking about? Please repeat what you said, because it seems too astonishing, right? He's like, how do you give me this good news when old age has afflicted me? I mean, I can't be a father right now. I'm an old man. So he said, they said, we convey to you that good news of reality, so do not become of those who are despondent and never lose hope. Ibrahim alayhi salam said, I cannot lose hope because only the deviants one, the kuffar, are despondent of Allah's mercy. قال فما خطبكم أيها المرسلون. Ibrahim alayhi salam said to the angels, what business do you have, O messengers? Meaning, why have you been sent to the earth? So then they said, the angel said, قالوا إنا أرسلنا إلى قوم مجرمين. The angel said that we should destroy all of them except they said we have been sent to destroy a sinful nation, إلا آل Lut, except the family of Lut alayhi salam, because they are mu'mineen. إنا لمنجوهم أجمعين, and we shall surely rescue all of them. إلا امرأته قدرنا إنها لمن الغابرين. Except his wife, she doesn't have iman, and we have decided that that she will be left behind and she will be destroyed from amongst those sinners. After leaving Ibrahim alayhi salam, the angels proceeded to inform Lut alayhi salam about their duty. When the messengers came to the family of Lut alayhi salam, he said to the messenger, to the angels, that indeed you are unfamiliar people. بما كانوا فيه يمترون. He said, no, we are not human beings. In fact, that we are angels who have brought to you something, meaning the punishment which they used to doubt. Meaning the people which they used to doubt the punishment that would come, we came with that punishment. We have brought the truth to you, and we are certainly from the truthful ones. فأسر بأهلك بقطع من الليل ولا يلتفت منكم أحد وامضوا حيث تؤمرون. So leave the town with your family during a portion of the last part of the night. Follow on their heels to ensure that all of them are with you, the believers, and that do not let none of you turn around, and to look at what will happen, the punishment. Then proceed to where you have been commanded. May go to Sham. We informed him of our decision that the roots of these people shall be severed and be cut by the morning. They'll be all destroyed without any trace by the morning. As the angels were talking to Lut alayhi salam, the people of the town came rejoicing. They rushed happily to where Lut alayhi salam stood with the angels, because they intended to commit some evil actions with the angels, because they were handsome men, the angels. So Lut alayhi salam said, these are my guests, please do not disgrace me in front of them. واتقوا الله ولا تخزون, fear punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do not humiliate me. قالوا أولم ننهك عن العالمين. They have replied, how have we not forbidden you from associating with anyone in the world? And like what we told you that have you done what we told you? You would not be faced with the situation of being humiliated. The people replied, didn't we tell you that to stop associating with anyone in the world? So then he said, look, Lut alayhi salam said, look, here are my daughters, right? You can marry, and if you want to do something, if you want to satisfy yourself. By your life, the people of Lut alayhi salam were blinded in their intoxication, with the intense desire. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finally came to them when a scream seized them at sunrise. وجعلنا عاليها سافلها وامطرنا عليهم حجارة من سجيل. We turned them upside down. So Jibreel Islam lifted the towns into the sky and then dropped them upside down, and he showered clay pebbles on them, stones. Each pebble was marked with the name of the person for whoever it was supposed to strike. Indeed, these are ayat for those who have foresight. They can understand the severe consequence of disobeying the Anbiya alayhi salam. These towns are along and accessible through fair, meaning the ruins of this town fell on the road of the people of Makkah. They used to, when traveling to Sham, it was easy for them to learn a lesson and believe in Rasulullah. But nope, they didn't. These are certainly signs for the mu'mineen. And without doubt, the people of Aika, the nation of Shu'aib alayhi salam, were oppressors, because they rejected the message of Shu'aib alayhi salam and cheated people in business, and robbed people, and committed shirk. So we extracted vengeance from them, and by punishing them. Indeed, the two of them, the ruins of the cities, and the people of Lut alayhi salam and the city of Shu'aib alayhi salam people, they are all there. They are all open through the roads that the people will travel. through the route that Makkah people would use when they would travel to Sham, right? It's all there. وَلَقَدْ كَذَّبَ أَصْحَابُ الْحِجْرِ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. The people of Hijr, Thamud, rejected the Anbiya alayhi salam. Although Salih salam was the only Nabi who came to the Thamud, the ayah mentioned that they rejected all the Anbiya alayhi salam. This is so because rejecting a message of one Nabi is rejecting all the Anbiya alayhi salam. Right? Allah says, وَلَقَدْ كَذَّبَ أَصْحَابُ الْحِجْرِ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. The people of Hijr, Thamud, rejected the Anbiya. Even though Salih alayhi salam was sent to them, but rejecting one Nabi is like rejecting all the Nabis, all the Anbiya. Our ayat came to them, yet they ignored they ignored these ayat. They used to carve homes out of mountains with peace, without any difficulties. They were so strong and they had everything. However, despite their strength, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished and destroyed them, and a scream seized them during the morning. Whatever they earned was of no benefit to them. We have created the heavens, the earth, and whatever is between them with the truth. Indeed, the Qiyamah is approaching. So, pardon, meaning Tawbah, with the most graceful pardon. Inna rabbaka wal khallaq wal alim. Verily, Rabb is only the Creator and all-knowing. Verily, we have granted you, Rasulullah, 7 verses that are often repeated, which people recite often, especially in Salah, like Surah Fatiha, and also the Quran. لا تمدن عينيك إلى ما متعنا به أزواجا منهم ولا تحزن عليهم واخفض جناحك للمؤمنين. Since you have so never focus your eyes on the enjoyment that we have granted to the groups of the kuffar. Do not grieve over them. ولا تحزن عليهم واخفض جناحك للمؤمنين. And you lower your wings for the mu'mineen. Be gentle or forgiving towards them, and be humble. وَقُلْ إِنِّي أَنَا النَّذِيرُ الْمُبِينُ. Say to the kuffar, indeed I am but a clear warner. كَمَا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَى الْمُقْتَسِمِينَ. As we had sent to the dividers, meaning beware that we do not send our punishment to you, as we had sent to the dividers, who are those الَّذِي جَعَلُ الْقُرْآنَ, those who divided the scriptures, meaning revealed to the Anbiya alayhi salam into various portions. We do not send our punishment on the dividers. Which dividers? Those who divided the scriptures, revealed the scriptures into various portions, meaning by accepting certain portions and rejecting others in a mocking manner. By your Rabb, we will definitely question each one of them on the day of Qiyamah. عَمَّا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ, about what they used to do. فَاصْدَعْ بِمَا تُؤْمَرُ وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. So Rasulullah clearly announced what the message you have been commanded with, and ignore the mushrikeen. إِنَّا كَفَيْنَاكَ الْمُسْتَهْزِئِينَ. We are enough for you against those who mock. الَّذِينَ يَجْعَلُونَ مَعَ اللَّهِ إِلَهًا آخَرَ فَسَوْفَ يَعْلَمُونَ. Those who ascribe partners, another ilah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, soon they will come to know. وَلَقَدْ نَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ يَضِيقُ صَدْرُكَ بِمَا يَقُولُونَ. We will know very well that your heart is tightened and distressed and hurt by what they say. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَكُن مِّنَ السَّاجِدِينَ. So come back, meaning attack these effects and this distress and the hurt that you get. So glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so this discomfort and this distress can go away. So glorify the praise of your Rabb and be among those who perform salah and prostrate. Right? That's the solution. And worship your Rabb until the death comes to you. Alhamdulillah, we finished Surah Hijr, and the next Surah Nahl, Nabi. So the name obviously is Surah Nahl B, but the person should learn from the punishment that afflicted the people of Hijr in this very world, and happened right because they rejected the truth. If one cannot learn a lesson from this incident, then one should then contemplate the condition of the bee. Right? This little insect sucks nectar from various flowers, and then obviously from fruits, and it produces honey that is unmatched, right? It's not equal to any other creation. After gathering all the nectar from distant places, it never loses the way to its comb. So Allah's great power can be seen in this little creature. So thereby Allah subhanahu is teaching the people the tawheed, that look at Allah's great power, that even something like a bee like this, that it will come back to, it will never lose its way to its comb, even though that it will go to different flowers and different plants and try to get nectar, but at the same time it goes back and it doesn't lose its way. So Allah is trying to show, look, believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أتى أمر الله فلا تستعجلوا سبحانه وتعالى عما يشركون. Allah's command, I mean Allah's punishment is so close to kuffar that it may be said that Falat has been already arrived, so do not try to hurry it. Subhanahu wa ta'ala amma yashurun, Allah is pure, exalted above what the kuffar associate partners to him. ينزل الملائكة بالروح من أمره على من يشاء من عباده من عباده أنذروا أنه لا إله إلا أنا فاتقون. By his command, Allah sends angels with relation to those slaves of his, to whoever he desires, to Anbiya alayhi salam, and warned that there is no ilah, there is no deity by myself, so fear me. You created the heavens and the earth with truth, and he is exalted above the partners that they associate with him. And he created man from a drop of fluid, yet man becomes an open enemy. He, Allah SWT, has created livestock, and in them they find warmth, right? They find warmth for you when they use their skins and the clothing, many other benefits. And you also even eat them, some of them. And in them the beauty for you is when you return them in the evening, and when you send them out in the morning to graze. And they carry your burdens, your goods, and yourself to such destination that you cannot even reach yourself without great difficulty. To yourself. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's most forgiving, most merciful. Horses, mules, and donkeys are for riding and adornment, and He creates such things about which you have no knowledge about. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the straight path, the responsibility to lead people in the straight path, while others are those who are deviated from it. Allah, if He wills, He can guide Islam to all of you collectively, but however, Allah subhanahu does not do this, right? For reasons that Allah subhanahu knows best, or wisdom. Allah is the one who sends rain for you from the sky, which provides water and vegetations, and which you graze your animals. With it, meaning with rain, Allah subhanahu grows for you your plantations, olives and dates and grapes and all of the types of fruits. And there is definitely an ayah, a sign in this for those who reflect. He placed the night and the day at your service, and the sun and the moon as well, and the stars also kept in. They are serving by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command. Indeed, these are ayat and signs in this for the people of those people who understand. And also there are things at your service that He has created for you on earth, having various colors, different varieties and uses. And indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is an ayah in this for people who take heed. It is He who subjugated the ocean. He placed it at your service so that you may eat fresh meat, right from it, and He extracts jewels and pearls that you wear as jewelry, and you see the ships cleaving their way on it in the ocean. So by traveling over the sea, you may seek the benefits of His bounty, so that you may show gratitude to Him. He placed mountains on earth so the earth does not shake with, and He placed rivers, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put these mountains as pegs on the ground, right? And He placed rivers and roads, pathway on earth, so that you may find your way. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created for men many landmarks, right? Such as mountains, trees, and there's so many other things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He created, so they can recognize His location. Right? Without them, every place will look the same. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made landmarks, and they are guided by the stars. Is He who cannot create like Him, and who can create are the same. Will you not take heed? If you attempt to count all Allah's blessing, bounties, you will never be able to do so. Because there are so many. Indeed, Allah subhanahu is most forgiving, most merciful. Allah subhanahu knows Allah knows what you keep secret and what you make public. والذين يدعون من دون الله لا يخلقون شيئا وهم يخلقون. And those, the gods that you call upon, worship besides Allah subhanahu cannot create anything but have been created themselves. They are dead without any life. And they do not even know when they will be raised. Your ilah is but only one ilah. Your deity is only one deity, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the hearts of those who disbelieve in akhirah are totally reluctant to accept tawheed, and they are extremely proud to accept and to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لا جرم أن الله يعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون إنه لا يحب المستكبرين. Such people will never be able to escape from Allah, because without any doubt Allah subhanahu knows what they keep completely secret and what they make public, what they open. إنه لا يحب المستكبرين. Allah subhanahu does not love those proud ones who are boastful. وإذا قيل ماذا أنزل ربكم قالوا أساطير الأولين. One day the mushrikeen are asked, what has your Rabb revealed to? Revealed to Rasulullah? They replied, tales of the ancient people. All of the mushrik in Makkah knew that the Quran is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But even then they will say this type of stuff. ليحملوا أوزارهم كاملة يوم القيامة ومن أوزار الذين يضلون بغير علم ألا ساء ما يزرون. The result is behavior that they will carry their entire burden of sin on the day of Qiyamah, together with some of the burdens of sin of those whom they misled without any knowledge. If evil indeed is a burden of that which they bear, of the sin. قد مكر الذين من قبلهم فأتى الله بنيانهم من القواعد فخر عليهم السقف من فوقهم وأتاهم العذاب من حيث لا يشعرون. Those, the kuffar before them, certainly they plotted against the Anbiya, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala demolished their building, destructed the plots from the foundation, causing the roof to completely cave in them from above. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made their plots unsuccessful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and punishment came to them. Punishment came to them from a source that they did not even realize. ثم يوم القيامة يخزيهم أين شركائي الذين كنتم تشاقون فيهم قال الذين أوتوا العلم إن الخزي اليوم والسوء على الكافرين. Furthermore, the Akhirah, then He shall humiliate them on the day of Qiyamah and ask, where are those partners of mine, your gods that you used to argue about, right? With the mu'mineen, with such force, they'll have no answer to give, because the gods won't be able to assist them. So then those who are granted knowledge, those that are granted knowledge, meaning the Anbiya and the Mu'mineen, will say, today humiliation and misfortune are certainly will be for the kuffar. الذين يتوفاهم will be Allah for the kuffar. الذين تتوفاهم الملائكة ظالمي أنفسهم. الذين تتوفاهم الملائكة ظالمين أنفسهم فألقوا السلم ما كنا نعمل من سوء بلى إن الله عليم بما كنتم تعملون. These kuffar, those whose souls are claimed by the angels while they impress themselves by committing kufr, then at the time of that they proposed with the angels, saying that we never committed any evil, no shirk, no kufr, nothing. The angels replied, Bala inna Allah alim bima kuntum. No. The angels replied, no, you are certainly lying. Allah is well aware of what you used to do. He knows of all the evil that you carried out, and He will punish you for it. They'll be told that they enter the doors of Jahannam and live there forever. And evil indeed is the abode of the proud ones. للذين أحسنوا في هذه الدنيا حسنة ولدار الآخرة خير ولا نعم دار المتقين. When those who have taqwa are asked, what has your Rabb revealed? They reply differently from the mushrikeen and say, our Rabb has revealed extreme good, and there should be all types of goodness, right, already in this world, and those who did good in this world, and the home of the akhirah, the home of the akhirah, Jannah, is certainly better than everything in this world. How great is the home of those who have taqwa. Jannatu adin yadkhuluna tajid, they will have into Jannah beneath of which rivers flow, and they shall have whatever they desire. In this manner, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward those who adopt taqwa. الَّذِينَ يَتَوَفَّاهُمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ طَيِّبِينَ يَقُولُونَ سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكُمْ ادْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ بِمَا كُنتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. Those whose souls the angels claim while they are pure, and they say that peace be upon you, enter Jannah because of the good deeds that you perform. هَلْ يَنظُرُونَ إِلَّا أَن تَأْتِيَهُمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ أَوْ يَأْتِيَ أَمْرُ رَبِّكَ كذلك فعل الذين من قبلهم وما ظلمهم الله ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون. Are they, may the kuffar, waiting for the angels of death to come to them, or for the order of the punishment of the Rabb to come? Those before them behaved in the same way, right? They also refused to accept Iman, and it was too late. Allah SWT did not wrong them because He has sent the Anbiya to convey the message of Iman to them, but they wronged themselves. So they received the punishment of their evil actions, and their mockery surrounded them. وقال الذين أشركوا لو شاء الله ما عبدنا من دونه من شيء نحن لا آباؤنا ولا حرمنا من دونه من شيء كذلك فعل الذين من قبلهم فعل على الرسل إلا البلاغ المبين. Those who commit shirk say, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will, then neither we nor our forefathers would have worshipped anything besides Him, and we would never have forbidden anything without Him, without His command. But they failed to realize that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not force people to do anything, but gives them a choice. So those before them behaved in the same manner. And the responsibility of the Rasul is only clear propagation, nothing else. ولقد بعثنا في كل أمة رسولا أن يعبدوا الله واجتنبوا الطاغوت فمنهم من أهدى الله ومنهم من حقت عليه الضلالة فسيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المكذبين. Indeed, we have sent a Rasul among every nation who told them to worship Allah and shun the shayateen. And there were those of them who Allah had guided, and those for whom there was deviation. Deviation has been only increased for them. So فسيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان. So travel in the land and see what was all the outcome, the end of those who totally rejected the Rasul. إن تحرص على هداهم فإن الله لا يهدي من يضل وما له من ناصرين. O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you desire that the kuffar should be guided to Islam, then there is nothing you can do about it. If Allah subhanahu does not guide them, because Allah subhanahu surely He does not guide those who He has sent astray, and they will have no helpers. وَقَسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ إِيمَانِهِمْ لَا يَبْعَثُ اللَّهُ مَن يَمُوتُ بَلَى وَعْدٌ عَلَيْهِ حَقٌّ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. The kuffar swear their most swearing the oath by Allah subhanahu that they will never resurrect the deed. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. But indeed, it is a wa'd, بَلَى وَعْدٌ عَلَيْهِ حَقٌّ. But surely, definitely, بَلَى وَعْدٌ, Allah subhanahu will definitely resurrect them. And the resurrection is indeed a promise, true promise that Allah subhanahu has made. But ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون, but most people do not know. يبين لهم الذي يختلفون فيه ويعلم الذين كفروا أنهم كانوا كاذبين. The resurrection shall take place so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make clear to them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it clear to them, to the kuffar, that the matters in which they differed with the believers. So the kuffar, they may come to know that they were أنهم كانوا كاذبين, that they were liars. إنما قولنا لشيء إذا أردناه أن نقول له كن فيكون. And when we intend anything, we just have to say, Allah says, we have to say be, and it becomes. Whatever Allah subhanahu intends, it becomes. وَالَّذِينَ هَاجَرُوا فِي اللَّهِ مِن بَعْدِ مَا ظُلِمُوا لَنُبَوِّئَنَّهُمْ فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَلَأَجْرُ الْآخِرَةِ أَكْبَرُ لَوْ كَانُوا يَعْلَمُونَ. As for those who make hijrah for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after being oppressed, then we shall certainly settle them in a pleasant abode on earth. Of course, the reward of the akhirah, Jannah, is greater. If only they knew. الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا عَلَى رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. And those who make hijrah, who have patience, and who rely only on their Rabb, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also, who have patience and who rely on their Rabb, and then they rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide them from sources that they least expect. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give them. He will give them even without even counting, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them abundantly. وما أرسلنا من قبلك إلا رجالا نوحي إليهم فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون. Those وما أرسلنا before you, Rasulullah, we sent only men, not angels, as Anbiya alayhim salam, sending the revelation to them. So the people of Makkah asked the people, meaning ask people of knowledge, those who understand, if you do not know. right? It shouldn't, even now too, if you don't know something, ask the people knowledge, not that you start doing your own thing, start doing your own research. بالبينات والزبر وأنزلنا إليك الذكر لتبين الناس ما نزل إليهم ولعلهم يتفكرون. We sent these messengers with clear evidence, with books, and we have revealed the reminder to you, the Quran to you, to Rasulullah, so that you may explain easily and properly to the people what the laws, what the ruling of Sharia is, and what has been revealed to them, and so that they may reflect and think about it carefully. أفأمن الذين مكروا السيئات أن يخسف الله بهم الأرض ويأتون عذاب من حيث لا يشعرون. That to those who plot evil schemes against Islam and the Muslims, feel absolutely assured that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not put them into the earth or afflict them with any punishment from a source that they do not even realize. Right? That's what they think. Those people who plot against the Muslims, they feel that, okay, we are sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't do anything against it. Or Allah saying that, or do they feel assured the safety that He will not seize them while they are engaged in their activities, after which they will have no escape? Or do they feel that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will not seize them with a that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees them? Without doubt, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when they will have fear, but without doubt, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is most forgiving and most merciful. Right? He does not punish people immediately, but allows them to repent. So don't think that, okay, no, you can get away. Okay, Allah is saying, no, you won't get away, but at the same time, Allah is giving respite. So ask forgiveness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forgiving and merciful. Do they not see the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, the shadows of which sway to the right and left, meaning the sun moves across the sky, and prostrating this, they submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in humility. To Allah's command, all within the heavens and the earth, they prostrate, they submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, including all the creatures and the angels, and they are not proud. And the angels fear the authority of their Rabb, and they do as what they're commanded. Allah says, do not take worship the two deities. He is only one ilah, so fear me only. To him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and obedience is always, and be obedient to him always. And do you fear any other besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? No, you have no reason to fear anyone besides Allah. Fear only Allah. Every bounty that you possess is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thereafter, when any difficulty afflicts you, you must appeal only to Him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help you. However, when He removes the difficulty from you, suddenly a group from you start associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as to reject, as they reject the favors that are granted to them. So Allah said, so enjoy yourself. I save you, and on top of that, now you ascribe partners. So Allah said, so enjoy yourself. Soon you will come to learn. You will come to know what you did wrong in the hereafter. And they, the mushrikeen, they set aside a portion of the food we have provided them. They give it to the gods, right? And they do not know. They do not know that by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, O mushrikeen, you shall certainly be questioned on the day of Qiyamah about what lies and practices you fabricated against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They, the mushrikeen, like the Banu Qurayza, they ascribe daughters to Allah, and they say that angels are daughters of Allah. Subhanallah, Allah is pure from needing a family. But even then, yet they choose for themselves what they desire. They choose son for themselves, and they look how selfish they are. When it comes to Allah, they ascribe daughters to Allah, and they say the angels are daughters of Allah, and then they want sons for themselves. So describing the dislike the mushrikeen had for the daughters during the period of Jahiliyyah, Allah says, when any of them is given the good news of a daughter being born to them, his face darkens in sorrow out of misery, and he suppresses his fury, angry and disappointment. He hides from the people because of the terrible news that he received, and he's ashamed, and that he was ashamed that the people, they might mock him, they might make fun of him, and he asks himself that he must keep her he must keep her with disgrace or bury her in the sand. So, ala sa ma yahkumun, evil indeed is the decision that the mushrikeen would make. Right? So obviously they would do this, the mushrikeen at the time of Jahiliyyah. But obviously in many hadith, Allah, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned, right, the virtues of having a daughter, raising a daughter, not one, not two, not even three, right? That the so many virtues about raising a daughter, and that there'll be a means of Jannah for them, right? So Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned the different hadith by even raising one daughter, right, in the properly raising her and giving her the proper knowledge and marrying her off will be the means of Jannah for the parents. للذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة مثل السوء ولله المثل الأعلى وهو العزيز الحكيم. Evil is a condition of those of the mushrikeen who are not convinced of the akhirah. It's such an evil condition of those mushrikeen who are not convinced about the akhirah, while Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are the most لله مثل السوء. There's nothing that can match Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He is Wal Azil Hakim. He is the most mighty, He is mighty and wise. وَلَوْ يَأْخِذُ اللَّهُ النَّاسَ بِظُلْمِهِمْ مَا تَرَكَ عَلَيْهِمْ مِنْ دَابَّةٍ وَلَكِنْ يُؤَخِّرُهُمْ إِلَى أَجَلٍ مُسَمًّى فَإِذَا جَاء أَجَلُهُمْ لَا يَسْتَأْخِرُونَ سَاعَةً وَلَا يَسْتَقْدِمُونَ. That if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were to take people to task for their injustice, for the shirk, then He would not even leave a single creature alive on earth. But He grants the people respite until an appointed term. However, but when that term expires, and that time, He said, they will not be able to delay it even for a moment, nor ولا يستقدمون, nor they won't be able to bring it forward. ويجعلون لله ما يكرهون تصف ألسنتهم الكذب أن لهم الحسنى لا جمعنا والنار وأنهم مفرطون. They assign to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what they dislike, meaning the daughters, while their tongues are foolish, make the false claim that they shall receive goodness in Jannah and the Akhirah. Right? They start ascribing partners, but at the same time, they make false claims that they will receive goodness in Jannah. So, without doubt, لا جرم والنار, that they shall have the fire, and they will be the first one to be they'll be in the Jahannam for their false beliefs. تالله لقد أرسلنا إلى أمم من قبلك فزين لهم الشيطان وأعمالهم فهو وليهم اليوم ولهم عذاب أليم. By Allah, we have definitely sent the Anbiya to the nations before you to guide them, but Shaitan beautified their actions for them. So Shaitan, he will take charge of their affairs today, meaning in this world. Shaitan, he takes the charge of their affairs today in this world, and they will have a painful punishment in the Akhirah. وما أنزلنا عليك الكتاب إلا تبين لهم الذي اختلفوا فيه وهدى ورحمة لقوم يؤمنون. And we have sent the book, the Quran, to you, to Rasulullah, so that you may explain clearly and complete to them, to the people, that about which they differ, meaning about the matters of deen. And we sent the Quran as guidance and a mercy for the ورحمة لقوم يؤمنون, a mercy for the believers. والله أنزل من السماء ماء فأحيا به الأرض بعد موتها إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يسمعون. Allah sends rains from the sky, by which He revives the earth from its dead, and there is definitely a ayah, a sign for those who listen. وإن لكم في الأنعام لعبرة نسقيكم مما في بطونه من بين فرث ودم لبنا خالصا سائغا للشاربين. There is certainly a lesson for you in livestock, with signs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He point towards the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Tawheed, from what is in their bellies between the filth and the blood. We give pure milk, right? We give pure milk to drink that is easily consumed. ومن ثمرات النخيل والأعناب تتخذون منه سكرا ورزقا حسنا إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يعقلون. And from the fruits of the date palms and the vines, the grapes that you make intoxicants like wine, and also good halal and food such as vinegar and raisins. Indeed, there is an ayah, a message in this for those who understand. أوحى ربك إلى النحل أن اتخذي من الجبال بيوتا ومن الشجر مما يعرشون. Your Rabb inspired the bee, saying that build homes, hives in the mountains, in the trees, and in the buildings, and they erect. ثم كلي من كل الثمرات فاسلكي سبل ربك ذللا يخرج من بطونها شراب مختلف ألوانه فيه شفاء للناس إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يتفكرون. Then eat from every type of fruit and flower, and travel through the pathways of your Rabb in the air, and that have been made easy for you to travel. Allah subhanahu has created the pathways, these roads, and drink various colors, and it comes out from the belly, in which there lies a cure for man from many illnesses, right? The bee that comes from the belly of the bee, there's cures for insan, shifa lin-nas, is a cure for the people. Indeed, there's a sign of Allah's great power for those who ponder. والله خلقكم ثم يتوفاكم ومنكم من يرد إلى أرض العمر لكي لا يعلم بعد علم شيء إن الله عليم قدير. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created you, and He will take your souls after you die, and there are those who will be returned to a worthless age, meaning they'll be so old, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows nothing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows nothing of after one's possessing, after a person, after one knowing the knowledge. لا يعلم بعد علم شيء, after a person he doesn't know, right? So he knows nothing. لا يعلم بعد علم شيء. He becomes so old that he does not know nothing after having a lot of knowledge. But in Allah, because even though he studied for so many years and everything, of a person, a doctor or whatever, and then after he gets to that is the senile age, that he doesn't remember his own son's name, right? In Allah alimun qadir, and this is Allah is all knowing and all powerful. Allah faddala ba'dakum ala ba'din fi rizq. Inshallah, we'll stop here. We finish first 70 ayahs of Surah Nahl. Inshallah, finish the first 70 ayahs of Surah Nahl. Inshallah, we'll continue from ayah number 71 of Surah Nahl. Assalamu alaikum. Last time I wanted to ask you to go through ayah 46 and 71 of Surah Yunus. 46. وإما نرينك بعض الذي نعدهم أو نتوفينك فإلينا مرجعهم ثم الله شهيد على ما يفعلون. If we were to show you, to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a part of what a punishment that we have promised them, meaning if we punish them during your lifetime, or if we were to give you death, meaning to take your soul before punishing them, then فَإِلَيْنَا مَرْجِعُهُمْ, their return shall be to us in all circumstances, right? Whether if we show Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam a part of the punishment that we have promised for them, or that we take your soul, meaning we give you death, in all circumstances, they will have to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a witness over what they do. So therefore, whether the wrongdoers, the sinners, if they're going to be punished or not in this world, they will have to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of Qiyamah, regardless. Whether if they are punished in this world or not, they will have to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of Qiyamah, and He will ask them for the wrongdoings. They can't escape. So Allah is saying that it doesn't matter whether if we were to show you of the punishment what they were supposed to get, or if we were supposed to give you death, they have to come to us anyways. It doesn't matter whether we give them punishment here, or if we give them death here, or if we punish them here, it doesn't matter. They will come, and they will come to us. Ilayna marjam, they will return to us, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is witness over what they do. 71. 71. واتل عليهم نبأ نوح إذ قال لقومه إن كان كبر عليكم مقامي وتذكيري بآيات الله فعلى الله توكلت فأجمعوا أمركم وشركاءكم ثم لا يكن أمركم عليكم غمة ثم قضوا إلي ولا تنظرون. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam recite to them the incident of Nuh alayhi salam. Tell them of the time when Nuh alayhi salam said to his people, "In kana kabur alaykum maqami," O my people, if my stay among you, if me staying with you and me reminding you about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the ayat are difficult upon you, then if you wish to basically get rid of me, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَعَلَى اللَّهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ, I rely only on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and I trust only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you فَأَجْمِعُوا أَمْرَكُمْ وَشُرَكَاءَكُمْ ثُمَّ لَا يَكُنْ أَمْرُكُمْ. So you and your partners, you can join all your forces and everything and decide your affair, meaning decide whatever you want about me. Right? I don't care. I rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And do not let your affair, your decision be a secret. Do not hide it. And just be open and tell me. You pass your judgment on me and tell me whatever you decide. And do not do not grant me any respite, because I'm not afraid of you. Right? Do not grant me respite. Don't feel bad for me. I don't care. I'm not afraid of you. Question from a student: were Lut alayhi salam and Ibrahim alayhi salam the same era of Ibrahim came before him? Yes. Lut alayhi salam and Ibrahim alayhi salam, they were in the same zaman and the same time. In the previous times, there would be Anbiya, or different prophets in different places in the same time. And that time Ibrahim alayhi salam in the same time, they were actually relatives. So Ibrahim alayhi salam in one tafsir is mentioned that they were actually relatives also. They were related. So Lut alayhi salam, he was sent to his nation, and so they were related. They were in the same time, the same zamana. Ibrahim alayhi salam and Lut alayhi salam, they were in the same time. We'll end here for today, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from amongst those who are the believers, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from the traps of shaitan, and make us from the slaves of mukhlasin, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Illa ibadaka minhum mukhlasin," except those who are those servants who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saves from the traps of shaitan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from amongst them, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst the believers who inshallah enter Jannah. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للقوم الظالمين ونجنا برحمتك من القوم الكافرين. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا كريم. اللهم اقض حاجاتنا واقض حاجات المسلمين. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين جميعا. اللهم اهدنا واهد بنا واجعلنا سببا لمن اهتدى. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. صلى الله على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. السلام عليكم.